Hey, and welcome back. You're still here. We're gonna do a class today that focuses on forward bending. You know what that looks like. But we're gonna focus on how to engage the muscles as you're moving into it. There's a tendency to kind of feel like a forward bend is time to just turn off and relax all the way, but we want to be able to help to turn on the muscles so that you're able to move the spine in a way that is healthy instead of just hinging from areas that are weak and stiff. So to begin today's class, we're actually going to begin standing. Stand up on your feet, and this can be done either for tight hamstrings, you're just going to use a block. For more open hamstrings, you'll put your foot up on a chair in front of you. But even though Stacy has open hamstrings, she's just going to show up on a block instead. So put your foot up on the block in front of you. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to feel as you stand up tall, can you find a neutral spine? Stand on your left foot evenly. So push into your heel, big toe and little toe mound. Don't lock your left knee. Balance your left hip over your left ankle and stand tall so that your pelvis is in neutral, your butt doesn't tuck. Tendency will be as the leg goes in front of you for the butt to tuck under to let it happen. So maintaining that neutral, now I want you to drive down into the block to turn on your hamstrings. And I want you not to lock your right knee, even do a little micro bend in your right knee as you do this, and start to apply 10% effort, 20, 30, 40, 50% effort, but without straining. Where do you strain in your energy centers? Your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders, neck. Try to keep all that open so you can still breathe. And then we're going to do slowly back off the push down contraction of the glute hamstrings, and we'll do the opposite now. So put your thumb right here in your hip flexor, and I want you to feel this muscle engage. Your quad will have to work some, but primarily feel the hip flexor. That's what's going to pull you into flexion. So feel that muscle engage and start to apply 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% effort, and maybe even lift your heel off an inch and feel that muscle fire. Hold it for 10. Now, as that's firing, it shouldn't tuck you under. Your spine is still long, your tailbone still reaches down. You can feel that muscle squeeze and then set it back down. Let's change legs and let's educate the left leg as well, because sometimes it's a little bit different from side to side. So the left leg goes up on there. Find your neutral spine. Work on standing tall, because as you educate your spine to be in this neutral, it'll start to learn from that, your nervous system, etc. With the little micro bend, drive down 10%, 20, 30. Feel the hamstring stuff turn on, the glute turn on. But don't let the rest of your body collapse to engage those muscles. Now stick your thumb into the hip crease. We're going to feel those hip flexors turn on now. Squeeze those muscles and see if you can slowly start to turn that on to lift the foot off, and then actually lift off and hold. Now the quads are going to have to work too, but I want that to be the primary mover. Did the rest of your body go to Slouchasana? Don't let that happen. Back against the wall feeling. Set your foot down. Raise your arms up. But now feel your strong legs supporting you, so it's a whole body pose. I can't tell you how much I just see this. So feel your strong legs supporting you. Press through your feet. Stand up tall. And then bring your hands to your heart with a little bend in your knees, because it'll help you to get those hip flexors to turn on. Start to hinge from your hips and feel those muscles supporting you. You can feel your quads supporting you, your strong leg muscles, and then go all the way down, hands down, still with the little bend in the knees. Feel that those hip flexors are pulling you into hip flexion. Now as you inhale, come into a flat back, and then step back, plank pose. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale into cobra pose. Lower your chest back down, come up onto your hands and your knees. Let's go through 3 rounds of cat-cow. Round your back as you exhale. Inhale into extension. 2 more times, flow with your breath, starting to slow down your breath to help to increase the range of motion. Then once you find neutral, stretch your right arm forward and your left leg back. Exhale, draw the elbow knee in. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, draw elbow knee in. Inhale, back out. Exhale, elbow knee in. Inhale, back out. Change sides. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale to reach out. Lower your hand and your knee. Stretch back to down dog. Look forward. Step walker, float up to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float up. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend knees, look forward. Step or float up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, arms up. Stand, Samasthiti. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot. Warrior one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Hold in your down dog. Reconnect to your breath. Bend your knees and look forward. Step or hop to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stand, Samastiti. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot. Inhale, warrior one, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot for crescent lunge. Inhale to come up. Bring hands to prayer. Lean out over your knee and twist. Hook your left elbow to your knee. Now remember from twist day that there's going to be the tendency to want to go deeper, to try, okay, I really want to get into this twist. Maybe I should try to jam myself as far down as I can. No, that's not where it's at. We want in the twist, you want to be lifted out of it so you're feeling your muscles supporting you, because then otherwise you're just cranking into certain parts of the spine that are already unstable. And when you continue just crank into the unstable parts of your spine over time, they burn out. Think of it just like a credit card. When you keep like folding it in one spot and then all of a sudden it breaks, you want to have a nice smooth arc to it. So you have a nice smooth line through your spine and you're rotating up through it evenly. Think of yourself twisting upwards like a bottle cap unscrewing. All right, now since we're starting to introduce balance into this week, in addition to the hip flexion that we're working on today, put your right hand on your hip, put your left hand down a foot in front of your foot. Now lean into your right foot and step up to balance. Now when you went up to balance, put a little bend in your right knee again. Make sure that the thigh didn't twist inward. Can you turn the thigh so the knee still tracks straight ahead? Now you can feel that your strong leg muscles are supporting you in your right leg when you have a little bend in your knee. When you straighten the leg, there's a tendency for the leg to lock and the muscles to turn off. So we're keeping a little bend. Eventually you straighten it all the way, but the muscles still support you. Now can you turn on the spine just like at the beginning? So you have your neutral spine, you have the little bend in your knee. You can feel, since the leg is in flexion, that muscle is turned on, the flexor. Now, from your navel up, can you rotate your spine a bit? Start to twist. But it's not about how much can I crank myself deeper. Can you twist upward? All right, then fold forward, Uttanasana. Let your head drop. And let's practice crow pose again. I introduced crow pose in week 1. We can practice it again. Or remember, if it's too gnarly, the crow, you just practice getting into this deep position that oh dang, that's super deep, Stacy. Maybe you can lean in and balance. When you can't hold any longer, you set your feet back down and then make your way back to down dog. All right, then from downward dog, let's go for side 2. Step your left foot, crescent. Inhale, come up. Bring hands to prayer. Lean out over your knee. Even here, as you're tipping forward, you can feel your hip flexor supporting you. You're not just falling into it. So press into your foot, feel the back of the leg turned on, the glute, the hip flexor. You're not straining to do it, and then twist. But you can feel that those muscles are supporting you. Breathe down into your lumbar. So I guess we're kind of weaving in mobility day within the yoga practice, but this is a practice that I worked on in the mobility series for the conscious movement. So it's a whole hip mobility class where we just focus on that, getting better movement through all the poses. Now put your left hand onto your hip, put your right hand down a foot in front. Now lean into your left foot and step up. Feel those muscles support you to support your long spine. Otherwise, it's slouch-asana if the leg turns off. Little bend in your left knee, press into your left foot evenly. Good. You can feel your strong leg muscles, strong hips, strong glute. Now start to rotate from the navel up. You're like, I'm already rotated. Okay, it's good. And fold forward. Good job. Let your head drop. All right, now the last thing that you need to know, inhale, flat back. There's going to be the tendency here to lock the legs back to avoid the stretch. So instead, Stacy's keeping a little bend in the knees so that she can make sure that she's turning on those muscles to support the elongation of her spine. When those legs lock back, the muscles turn off, things fall. Yeah, let's see. Oh, geez. Okay. And now she can turn things on, which is going to support the health of her hips long term so that she doesn't have to get a hip replacement when she's 60. Okay. So from here, with your knees bent, roll yourself up to stand. Good job. Inhale into chair pose. Now take your arms forward, straight out in front of you. Without your right knee caving into the midline, can you cross your left leg up and over your right? Then cross your left elbow under. If you can't get the double cross of your arms like Stacy's showing, then you can just do stretch like that with the arms straight, or you can grab a hold of the backs of the shoulders. Okay, now we're going to level up the transition. This is going to be a pretty difficult transition, so we'll just give it a shot. From here, hinging from your hip, feel that flexor take over to keep your spine long. Can you keep the neutral spine? Don't round. Go as deep as you can, and then uncross your left leg and reach back. Warrior 3. Now bend your right knee, control the movement to step back. Warrior 1, uncross your arms, reach up. Now interlock your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders back, chest open, and fold forward on the inside of your leg. Now control the movement from your right hip to bring you into it instead of just falling. Inhale, come back up, arms up. Hands to the mat, step back. You can take a vinyasa or go right back into down dog, your call. Bend your knees, look forward, step or float up to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come right into the chair. Arms forward. Now without your left thigh twisting in, cross your right leg up and over. Cross your right elbow under. Now, keeping your core engaged so that your lumbar stays tall and your upper back doesn't round, hinge from your hips start to tip forward. Depending on how much mobility you have in your hips, you might be able to go a lot or not much at all. Then uncross your right leg and reach it back. Try to keep your hip bones level to the floor. Good, now bend your left knee, take a big step back, warrior one, uncross your arms and reach up. Then bring your hands behind your back, clasp your hands with the other index finger on top, roll your shoulders open, point the elbows back, like I taught you in week 1, and then tip onto the inside of your knee. Press into your feet, inhale, come back up, raise your arms up. Look up, join the palms, go up. Straighten your left leg. Turn to your right, parallel your feet, hands on your hips. Now roll your shoulders back, open your chest, inhale. Exhale, tip from your pelvis and fold forward. Inhale up onto your fingertips, lengthen again. Now as you exhale, without locking your knees back, start to walk the hands back and fold forward. Let the back of your head release down. Then inhale, come back up into a flat back. Walk around to the front of your mat and step back into down dog. Set your knees down, headstand preparation, interlock your hands, set the elbows down, come up into down dog on your forearms. Press down from your elbow to your wrist evenly, and then try not to let the forearm twist in or out. Set your knees down, cross your legs behind you, sit back, and lie down onto your back. Come into bridge pose. Lower yourself back down. Now hug your right knee into your chest as you stretch your left leg out along the floor. So remember mobility day when we were twisting on the foam roller? We're going to do a different variation of, or basically the same twist, but just from a different, enter it a different way. So open your right arm out to the side, and then take your right shin over onto the block or onto the foam roller. Let your spine unwind, which isn't a thing, but for some reason it's like it feels like it kind of gets wound up and tight, and this feels like you can release around where you're tensing, but you still feel that your hips are reaching out of your back. come back to center and change sides. Back to center. Stretch your legs out for Savasana, corpse pose. Bend your knees. Roll over to your right side. And press yourself up to seated. Bring your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and let me know if you felt that the hip flexor was helping you or not. If you're able to feel that movement, what I was talking about, that muscle engaging, and if it helped you in the movement. All right. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.